Hi there and welcome back to Circuit the World. My name's Alice and today we're embarking on another immersive experience, hence why I'm, well, I guess not hence why, but that's why I'm in a hotel and that's why my hair looks a bit crazy at the moment. Hopefully that'll make sense soon. Tonight we are embarking on a Peaky Blinders themed immersive experience called Peaky Blinders The Rise. It is based here in London in Camden Market. I'm not really sure what we're walking into. All I know is it is a 2.5 hour immersive experience where you go in and enjoy the world of Peaky Blinders. Hopefully not the more gory side of the the story. You get to do this little quiz before you go in where you align with a family. I've taken that quiz many times. I can only find 3 of the 4 families. I have been told there are 4 families to get. They're basically just a color for you to wear that they encourage you to wear and a family member that you kind of have an association with. They're not pivotal, you're encouraged to do it just to feel part of the story a bit more. And also the wearing of 1920s-esque clothing is not mandatory, but they do encourage you to do it. So again, you feel a little bit more immersed. So that's what we are going to be doing this evening. It's one of those where you can't film inside the event. So I'm gonna film as much as I can before I can film pretty much all of it. But I'll film getting ready as we usually do in these kind of things. I'll film getting there. We're going to a dinner before we go that's associated. So it's a restaurant nearby the event that do pre-show dinners to kind of get you in the mood, get you in the vibe for the event. So I'll film, I think I can film as much of that as possible. And then, as per usual, I'll do like a review afterwards, talk through the event. There'll be this video, which will be a non-spoiler video, so no spoilers for the event will be shared. And then we'll do another one, which will be me kind of talking through what actually happened to my character, who I guess is called Alice Holloway, because she doesn't have a name. I haven't been given one. And I haven't come up with one, and I've only just thought of that. But please do come and enjoy as we embark on a journey back to the 1920s, Birmingham, here in London, and enjoy Peaky Blinders The Rise. We're gonna do a super quick bit because I have my money, so we're soon to go in. I've been stabbed as well. Just a forewarning, there's cobbles all over the floor, so heels are difficult to walk in, but just take your time with that. We are here, we're ready to go in, we've had our food. Very cool in there. We've got a special letter from Mr. Shelby himself whilst we were in there. I don't really know what to say at the moment. We're about to go in, we're about to be let in, so I will see you afterwards because I think this is as much as I can film at the moment. But when I can start filming again and take photos, I will, and we'll let them in. Alright, so we have just come out of Peaky Blinders The Rise experience. It was really good fun, super awesome. We engaged with lots of different characters, which was awesome fun. You can see the carriage in the background there. That's nicer framing, isn't it? One big thing I will say off the bat, there are so many cobbles, and some of the missions we ended up following saw us trying to move across these cobbles very quickly. Now that's fine if you're in flat shoes, but if you're in heels, like I am and my poor mum, that's quite hard to do, and at the end of the evening your feet can hurt. It's up and down a lot, so just bear that in mind when you're coming. Maybe wear more 1920s size heels or even flat shoes. There were lots of people wearing a wide array of things. We dressed up, but you didn't have to. There are peaky caps that you can buy as well on your way in, and lots of other merchandise if you'd like to purchase it, but I'll do a more comprehensive review. For those who are wanting a spoiler-free review, there'll be a little bit more, some hints and tips on how to go to this event. The biggest tip I can say is cobbles and don't wear heels. But there'll also be another video which will be in a card right there right now, or this side, I can never remember what side it is, which will be a spoiler review where I tell you what we did, who we interacted with, And let's just say I think I've got myself a new job. But if not, hang tight, because I will be giving a few hints and tips. I don't know how many yet. I need to get the whiskey out of my system. Stay with me. There's probably about 5-10 minutes left of this video. There'll be hints and tips if you do this event that I give you, but please, it is not spoiler filled. I will not tell you anything that goes on in this video. This is what you're dealing with. And there are some moments where they'll bring you out and down to other areas as well, and even down the hill as well, so just be aware of that. This is the part in the video where I talk through what happened at the event, tips and hints for you guys if you're going. Now I've experienced the event, I can kind of give you some ideas of what it's like in there, what kind of things you need, and all the other stuff. The talk about what happens at the event will be spoiler filled and will be in its own separate video. I will be going through exactly what I did, who I interacted with, the story, everything that kind of happened, and we'll go through things like that. In this video, there will be no spoilers for what happens when you are inside the event. For this event, the tips and tricks I would give you. Firstly, I've said it already, but wear flat shoes or wear low heels. Be prepared that even getting into the event, even if you don't end up coming out again, you have to walk along these cobbles, and they are literally from the beginning of Camden Market in and around, up the hill, and then down to the queuing and through the queuing system as well. So just be aware there's a lot of cobbles. Think about your footwear. Number 2, dressing in the 1920s style is not mandatory, but it's fun. I reckon probably 10%, if not less, went as hard as I did and we did in our outfitting. Some were kind of in the style of 1920s. I reckon at least 80%, if not more, were just in everyday normal clothes. You're not going to get turned around and turned away if you're not wearing the attire. It's just, I always find it fun when you go to the immersive experiences to be a little bit in the moment. So I always would say do it. But you don't have to for this event. Now, as you go in, there is a merchandise store with some t-shirts and some flat caps. So if you want to just wear normal clothes and buy a Peaky Blinders cap on your way in, that is a choice. The caps are all £30, just as a FYI. Tip number 3, the houses or the family quiz you do weighs no bearing on the event at all. I think it can if you want to, because when you get a family, you get a character to go speak to, which before the show begins, we could have specifically sought out certain people to try and talk to and follow those missions. You can introduce yourself with that family name if you want, but all in all, your color, it means absolutely nothing. And again, it's one of those things, I don't think a lot of people, either 1, did the quiz, or 2, wore the colors at all. So again, it's another way of the events people trying to get you involved in the story and feel a little bit more in it, but again, it is not mandatory. Number 4, I do think that going to the farrier for dinner before you go in is good. The one nice thing about that as well is they know what time the show starts, they know what time you need to be getting out of there, and they'll help you and they'll direct you to where to go, and you get your cheeky little letter, which is super fun. It's just a nice way to start the evening and a good way to get a nice meal before you go in, because number 5, there is no food inside the event. Drinks are plenty, soft, non-alcoholic and alcoholic, but there is no food once you've entered the event. The event itself it starts proper at 7:30, and we walked out, or it ended about 10:20, I think, so it's about 2.5-3 hours long. But once you're in there, there's just no option for food, so get food before you go in, but drinks are plenty once you are inside. Number 6, they do get you to turn your phone off, which is an absolute must in an immersive event. I think it's really nice to just kind of disconnect for a while. But like I said, at the end, they do allow you to have your phones out, take photos and videos of the set, because some of the pieces in there, Polly's office, the bookies, there's a carriage out the front, the Garrison sign in the bar, they're all actual set pieces from the show. So they're pretty cool to get into and actually enjoy and sit at and take photos and stuff. So I would suggest staying around for about 10-15 minutes at least afterwards, going through all the sets that they have open, and take photos and videos to your heart content. But prior to that, there is no photographs. There is a cloakroom service in there as well, where you can leave bags, coats, hats, whatever you want, and it is accessible throughout the evening, but not that you need to go into your bag or anything. It's card only, I believe, card payments only, so just make sure you've got your card. Obviously, if you've got a card on your phone, well, you could use it, but it is encouraged that you don't, so I'd just make sure you have some cards on you so you don't have a need to go for your phone. I'll have to say a few things. The memory of the actors in this show, they were very, very clear to get your name and then remember your name and keep saying your name, and that was really nice, a really nice little touch to again bring you into the event. But also the actors were phenomenal. We had a really nice chat with some of them afterwards and just thanked them for the show, and I had a really good chat about kind of the behind the scenes a little bit with them as well, which was super fun. But a massive thank you to everyone at Peaky Blinders The Rise. It was a really good event, one of the best immersive events I have been to. I believe it's running until February next year. I'm going to put the actual date here in case I'm wrong. If you're interested, there's going to be a link down in the description for you to go get your tickets as well. It is such a worthwhile event and I couldn't suggest it more, especially if you are a fan of the show Peaky Blinders. It may feel a little bit like a watching show at the start, but bear with it. Once you get through the first opening bit and the dancing is done, you're then back into your immersive experience and it is super, super fun. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope this has been helpful. If you do go to the event, do let me know down in the description box below. And like I said, if you want to see a spoiler review of what I did whilst I was in the event, and I'll see you over there. But for now, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. It's been an absolute blast as always. If you enjoyed this video, go show that like button some Peaky Blinders love. And if you want to support the channel, go hit subscribe and ring that bell so you don't miss next time I upload a video. Stay awesome, and I will see you all in the next video! I think I've covered everything.